The fourth quarter. Some remembrance of the ghostly figures in the bells. Some faint impression. The rain at the chimes. Some guilty consciousness. I was in the swarm of phantoms. Produced and reproduced to the recollection of them. Lost in itself in the confusion of the numbers. Some vain knowledge. Cloyvet till he knew not. The years had passed, and with trusty with the spirit child tending him, stood looking on in mortal company. That company was eaten checked company, comfortable company. They were but two, but they were enough for 10. They sat before a bright fire, with a small oak table between them. Unless the fragrance of tea muffins lingered longer in that room than most others. The table had seen service very lately, with all the cups and saucers being cleaned, and their proper places in the corner cupboard. And the brass tossing fork hanging in its usual nook, inspiring its idle fingers out that wanted to be measured for a glove. There remained no other invisible tokens, and the meat just finished. Then just purred and washed the whiskers in the person of the big ice green cat, and listened in the gracious, not to say the greasy faces of her partners. This cozy couple married evidently. I made a fair decision with the fire between them, and sat looking at the glowing sparks that dropped into the grate. Now dying off in the roast, now waking up again, and some hot fragrant, hotter than the rest, came naturally down, that the fire was coming with it. It was in no danger of sudden extinction. However, it gleamed not only in the little room and on the panes of window glass, the door, and the curtain half drawn across them, but on a little shop beyond, a little shop, quite cramped and choked, an abundance of his staff, and perfectly regulus little shop, with a mall as company as full as any sharks, cheese, butter, firewood, soap, pickles, matches, bacon, table beer, pig tops, sweet meats, white kites, birdseed, clawed ham, birch brooms, lifestones, salt, vinegar, blacking, red herrings, stationery, yarn, mushroom ketchup, stray laces, loaves of bread, shuttlecocks, eggs, and stale pencil. Everything was fish. The game to the net of the screechy little shop, and all articles were in his net. Many other kinds of meat merchandise. There. It would be difficult to say. Proposal. Back. Bread. Roasted onion. Pounds of candles. Cabbage nets and brushes. Hundreds and bunches from the ceiling. Like staccatorial fruit. Oh. Lights. Canisters. And emitting aromatic smells. Established. Vacancy of the inscription over the outdoor. Was informed the public that the keeper of the shop was dealing tea, coffee, tobacco, pepper, and snuff. Pleasant as such, these articles were visible on the skimmer of the blaze, unless chiefful lanes of two smoking lamps. Was burnt but dimly in the shop itself, as though it Thora said heavily in her lungs, glancing then at one of the two faces by the pole of fire. Touchy heads, all difficulty in was recognizing no study. It's Mrs. Chicken Supper, always inclined to let's see. Even in the days when he had known her as that was in general line, having a small bounds against him in books. The features of her companion were less easy to him. The great fortune, the creases large enough to hide a figure in. Thus, done his eyes. It seemed to sport to eat with themselves, were sinking deeper and deeper into eating fat and soft face. The nose habituated. With that resort action, all his fractions was resently turned sniffles. The short, thick throat and ravening chest. The other beings of the light description. Well, calculated and impressed memory. Touchy. For the first, a lot to, and he had never known. And yet he had some recollection of them too. And they and Mrs. Chicken Sucker's partner in general line. On the crook metric line of life, I recognized the former portrait of Sir Joseph Bully. A paralytic innocent. By connecting himself in 20 time with Mrs. Chicken Sucker years ago, I gave him a mission to the mansion, where he confessed supplications to the lady, drawn on his unlucky head, if such we approached. Tati had little interest in this change like this. Other changes he had seen. I didn't follow, but association is very strong sometimes. I didn't follow entirely. I didn't follow the door. For a chance of I had customers. I was being kept in chalk. There was no record of his name. Some names were there, but they were strange to him. And then they fewer than old. From which he argued that the porter was a advocate, late, great, very many transactions. And on coming into the business that looked very sharp until the chicken sucker defaulters. So this collegiate was 30, and someone fell for the youth and promises his related tale, and it is a sorrow to him, even that I have no place in his chicken sucker's ledger. What's that name is it then? Who hired the former porter of Hunters of Bully, stretching out his legs before the fire, and rubbing as much as his arms could reach. Where that I. Here I am if it's bad. I don't want to go out if it's good. Blowing is skeethly high, returned his wife. Friendly snow, dark and very cold. We'll have to think we have muffins, said the foreign porter. Torn them phone, always send his conscience at rest. Just in this sort of night and smell for muffins. I like crumpets. At least I winged. The more important mentioned Lisa's sensitive, kind of eatable, as he were amusing, summing up his good actions. After which he rubbed his fat legs as before, and drinking them and didn't he? To get the fire upon the yet unlusted parts. Not as if somebody had tickled him. In spirits, tucked by, my dear, so to say. The friend was tucked by, made chicken sucker. No, said tucked by. No, not particular. A little Ewalt did. The muffins came self-head. And then he juggled till he was black in the face and had so much about ado to become any other color. But his fat legs stuck the in his sections into the air. Nor were they reduced to anything like decorum to Miss Tugby and thumped him seriously on the back and shaking him and see very great button. Hit! Oh, gracious goodness, Lord! A mercy for this and see. The man, wait a minute. Tugby. Okay, Taylor, what's he doing? Mr. Tugby licked his eyes and faintly repeated, I felt himself a little. Edward did. And don't be so again. That's a dear good soul, said Mrs. Tugby. Now you don't want to offend me to death. And you're circling and fainting. Mr. Tugby said he wouldn't, but his whole existence was a fake. In which I ain't doesn't be found dead. And consistently increasing start the of his breath, and being the purple on his face, the name was always getting the worst of it. So it's blowing and sleeting and feathering snow, and it starts very cold. Isn't it, my dear? Jim Mr. Tugby, looking at the fire, and referring to the cream and metal of his revelation. I'd rather indeed, returned his wife, shaking her head. Aye, yes, said Mr. Tugby. Like our Christians in that respect. Some of them die hard, some of them die easy. That's what I'd many days to man. I'm making a fight for it. I like him all the better. He's a customer, my love. Attentive to the writing door, Mr. Tugby already listen. What's wanted? Well, I beg your pardon, sir, I'm sure. I'm taking with you. To meet this apology to a man in black, who with his wristband stepped up and had got largely on one side, Sanson's pockets, sat down his tray, and he'll be a battle not in return. This is bad business, Mr. Tugby, said the gentleman. The man can't live. Not the back at it can't, cried Tugby, coming out into the shop to join the conference. The back at it, Mr. Tugby, said the gentleman. It's coming down it's fast, and we'll be below the basement very soon. Monkey by the tail, and Tugby and his wife, he ran the barrel with his knuckles, left the beer, and down it, hiding upon that part. The black alley, Mr. Tugby, said the gentleman. Hope I haven't stood inside and conquered. Patient. For some time, let's go on. Then said Tugby, returning to his wife, you must go. You know, before he's gone. I don't think you can move him, said the gentleman, shaking his head. I wouldn't take the responsibility of saying it could be them myself. You had better leave him where he is. He can't live on. It's only subject, said Tugby, leaning the butter scale down upon the counter with a crash, laying his fist on it. That we had ever had a wood upon. Jimmy, and look what it comes to. It's going to die here, after all. Going to die upon the premises, going to die in our house. And why should he have died? Tugby, cried his wife. And the workhouse, he returned. Well, what house is it made for? Not for that, said Mr. Tugby with great energy. Not for that. Neither did I marry you for that. Don't take it, Tugby. I won't have it. I won't allow it. I'll be separated first. I'll never see your face again. When my widow's name stood over that door, as it did for many years. This house being known. I'm just taking suckers. Right. I never known, but to his honest credit and his good report, when Will's name stood over that door, Tugby, and there was a handsome, steady, and manly, demanding youth. And there was a fierce looking, sweet, tempered girl. And he said so. I knew her father. Hello. He felt man from the steeple knocking in his sleep and killed himself. What a simple is, honest, working, tireless, hearted man. Never you the breath of life. Like a man a house and home. Right? Angels send me out of heaven as they would and send me right. Little face. Was it a bit plump and dimpled one before the changes that had come to pass? Find out where she said these words. And when she dried her eyes and shook her head, and handkerchief it took by to this bit. I should, on firmness, my voice was quite clear. That was not easily assisted. Totty said, Blessa, blessa. They listened with a panting heart of what would follow, knowing nothing yet but that they spoke of Meg. And that by had been a little elevated in the parlor. He more than balanced their account by not being a little depressed in its job. So he now starts staring at his wife. Without attempting a reply, Wrigley conveyingly, however, neither in a fit of subtraction or as a precautionary measure, all the money on the till into his pockets. So he looked at her. The gentleman upon the table and beer cast would be some of the rice medical tending upon the poor. Was far too well accustomed independently to little differences of opinion between man and life to interpose any remark in assistance, and sat softly whistling and turning little drops of beer out of the tap upon the ground till there was a perfect calm. When he raised his hand, said Miss Dobby Chicken Stalker, There's something interesting about the woman even now. How to marry him? Like that, said Mrs. Dubby, taking a seat. Damn. That least cool part of the story, sir. You see, the camp company she and Richard many years ago, when they were a young and beautiful couple, everything was settled. And they were to have been married on New Year's Day. But somehow Richard got right into his head. Well, what the gentleman told him, that he might do better, that he do repented. And then she wasn't good enough for him. That the young man of spirit had no business to be married, and this gentleman frightened her, and made her melancholy, and timid of his disowning her, and that of the children coming into the gallows, and of his being wicked to man his wife, and a good deal of it. In short, they lingered and lingered, and the trust when it was broken. And so at last was the match. But the fault was his. She would have married him, so joyfully, had seen her heart swell so many times afterwards, when he passed in the proud, careless way. Whenever did a woman grief truly for a man, and chief of wisdom when he first went wrong. Oh, he went wrong, did he? Said the gentleman. The peg of the table beer, and trying to peek down into the barrel for the hole. That's a I do not know of you that he really understood himself, you see. And he inspired was troubled by him having broke with one another. And that, but for being trained before, gentlemen, that's for being a gentleman too. That you might, as you might take it, she may has got fully suffering a child to have makes promise and makes hand again. That's my belief. Never said so. The more the pity. He took to drinking, Eileen, right companions. On the fine resources that were be so much better for him than the home he might have had. He lost his looks, his character, his health, his thing, his friends, his work, his everything. I did not lose everything. It was a dead bite, returned the gentleman, because he ain't the life. And I want to know how he gained her. I'm coming to it, sir, in a moment. It's went on for years and years. He's he gained lower and lower. She and Jolene, poor thing, was reason enough to wear her life away. Alas, he was so cast down and cast out that no one wanted to blow or notice him. And doors was hard upon him. Go over the court of wood, flying from place to place and door to door, and going for the 100th time to one gentleman. I have often and often tried him. He was a good workman at the very end, and gentleman. The news history said, I believe you in court of bull. There's only one person in this world who has a chance of reclaiming you. Ask me to trust you no more. Until she tries to do it. Something like that. His anger and execution. Ah, said the gentleman. Well, also he went to a news before and so that the woman so I made a writer to save him. And she, don't distress yourself, Mr. Duffy. They came to me that night to ask me about living here. What he wants to make, she said, is buried in grave, side by side, with what I was saying. But I've thought of this, and I will make the trial, and hope saving him. The love of the light-haired girl, you remember her. Oh, was to be married on East Day. The love of her Richard. And he said, contract from Lillian. And Lillian had trusted to him. And she could never forget that. So they were married. And when they came out here, I saw them in hopes of processes, spying them when they were young, may not often fulfill themselves as they did in this case. Will not be the makers of them for men of gold. Gentleman got off the caps, self observing. I suppose he used the ill. So they were married. I do not think You ever did that? Thomas thought by, shaking her head and wiping her eyes. He went on better for a short time, but his habits were too old and strong to be got rid of. He still fell back a little, was falling back fast, was in this, he's so strong upon him. I think he's always felt for her. I'm sure that he has. I've seen him. His crying face, troublings. Try to kiss her hand. And like her name, called her Meg, and say it was her 19th birthday. There he's been lying now, these weeks and months, between him and her baby. She has not been able to do her old work. And not being able to. Yeah, she has lost it. Even if she couldn't done it. How they have lived, I hardly know. I know, Mother Mister. The wife looking at the till and around the shop and his wife. On his head with immense intelligence. My fine conducts. It's conducted by a cry. It's an hibernation. Not beside the house. And gentleman walked hurriedly to the door. My friends, he said, looking back, you need to discuss whether he shall be removed or not. May you speak to the trouble, that trouble, I believe. Thanks, he ran upstairs. Well, my Mrs. Duckby, or Mr. Duckby, I didn't grumble after them in leisure. And they rendered one uncommonly sort of the height, the tail. Anyways, they have been an inconvenient quality copper. Trotty with the child beside him, led up the staircase like mere air. Follow her, follow her, follow her, heard the ghostly voices in the bells. He is the Senate. Learn it, and the creature dare stay at. It was over, and this was she, my father's pride and joy. They strike you against woman. Weeping was by the bed, did deserve that name. And pressing to her breast, and laying down head upon an infant. Who can tell how spare, how sickly, how poor an infant. Who can tell how dear. Thank God, cried Chachi, holding up its holding hands. Oh, God to be thanked, she loves her child. The gentleman, not otherwise hearted or indifferent to such scenes. Then we saw them every day, and knew they were figures of no moment held to sums. These scratchings and not work, these calculations. Nay, and upon the heart, I beat no more. I listened for the breath, and said, the spring is over, as bad as it is, as the bite tried to cover her kindness. As the bite tried philosophy. Come, he said, with his hands in his pockets. You mustn't give way, you know. I won't do. You must fight up. What would have become of me if I had given way when I was putter? And we had many as 6 108 carriage doubles at our door one night. I felt back in upon ice for mine and didn't open it. Again, Trotty heard the voices saying, "Hold I turned to his sky, loud lighting from him, asking for the follower, it said in Spanish. I hovered around her and sat down on her feet, looked up into her face for one trace of her old self. listened for one note of her old pleasant voice. He felt it around the child's domain, but permanently old. So dreadful empty. The paint live in single, wonderful, miserable wail. He almost bursted it, and gone to it, the empty yard. So some reluctantly, the manner to endurance. He said it's father hope and just on the frail baby. Master, the free look upon his had it in his arms. Right as the time. She loves it. Think of your night. She loves it. She saw the woman that her in the night. Turned to her when her grudging husband was asleep and all was still, and greeted her, did tears with her, then emerged before her. He saw the day come, and the night again, the day and night, the tangled life. The house of death, we need to death. The woman left to herself into the trail, and moan and cry, and harass her, and tire her out, and she's into his oxen, drag her back to consciousness, and hold her with his other hands upon the rack. But when she was consistent to it, gentle with it, patient was his loving mother, almost heart and soul, and had his being ended up with hers, and she carried it unborn. All this time, she was in want. Lounging away. Mm. When the tiny one, with the baby in her arms, she wandered here and there in quest of application, and with his thin face lying in her lap, and looking up into hers, did anywhere from at some. And night to day I leave with I have fatterings. And the were figures on the dial. She closed with it. She had neglected it. She had looked upon it with a moment's hate. And if let's see the instant she struck it. No. So if it was mm, mm, always. She told no one of the extremity and wondered aboard and the day least he should be questioned by her own friend for any help she received from my hands. Against and test dispute by the good woman. Between the good woman and husband, and there was no brittleness to be the date, because of dreadful discord was yelled so much. Oh boy, this is one weird chapter. She loved it still. She loved it more and more. But a change fell on the aspects of her love one night. She was saying faintly to it in his sleep. I'm walking to and fro to hush it when the door was softly opened and the man looked in. For the last time, he said. Let me in, for the last time. I listened like a man pursued and spoken with hers. Margaret, my anxious nearly run. I couldn't finish it without a fine word from you, without one graceful word. What have you done? She asked, regarding him with tremor. He looked at her and gave no answer. Under silence, he gave a gesture with his hand. He set her question by, as if he rushed it aside and said, "It's long ago, Magnet now, but that night was first in my memory in first place. Be little thought then," he added, looking around, "that we should ever meet like this. Your child like it. Let me have it in it, my arms. Let me hold your child." He put a hat upon the floor and took it, and trembled as he took it. I'm head to foot. "Did it glow?" "Yes." He put his hand before his little face. "See how we can grow, Maggot? And I want to look. I shall look at it. Let her be a moment. I won't hurt her. I'm gonna go. Well, what's her name?" "Margaret." She answered quickly. "I'm glad of that," he said. "I'm glad of that." "I'm glad of that." He seemed to breathe more freely. Then pausing for an instant, took away his hand and looked upon the infant's face, and recovered it again immediately. "Margaret," he said again, and gave back the child. "It's Lillian's. Lillian's. I held the face in my arms when Lillian's mother died and left her. When Lillian's mother died and left her," she repeated wildly. "How she'll use me. Why do you fix your eyes upon me so, Margaret?" She knocked down the chair and pressed the infant to her breast and wept over her. Sometimes he released it from her embrace, delaying to sleep in his face, then strained it to her bosom again. On those times, when she gazed upon it, that it was something fierce and troubled and to mingle with her love. That it was her old father quarreled. Followed her was on the house. Her from the kitchen to the yard. Margaret, said Fern, bending over her and kissing her upon the brow. "I thank you for the last time. Good night. Goodbye. Put your little hand in mine, and tell me you forgive me get me from this hour. Try to think the enemy was here." "What have you done?" she asked again. "There we go. There'll be a fire tonight," he said, moving from her. "There'll be fires this winter time to light the dark nights. East, west, north, himself. When you see the distant sky red, they'll be blazing. When you see the distant sky red, think of me, no more. Or, if you do, remember what the hell was lighting up inside me. I think it's these lines reflected in the clouds. Good night, goodbye. They called him, but he was gone. She sat down, stupefied. The infant roused her to a sense of hunger, cold, and darkness. She paced the room with it in the live one night. Hashing it and soothing it, she sat in intervals, like a lillian, like her mother died left her. Why is her step so quick? Her eyes so loud, her love so fierce and terrible. Whenever she repeated those words. But it is love, said Trati. It is love. You'll never you'll love it, my poor Meg. She dressed the child next morning, with unusual care, and faint expenditure. Okay, something squids, ropes, and once more tried to find some means of life. It was the last day of the whole year. She tried all night, and never broke her fast. She tried in vain. She mingled with it, trembling clad. It was late, the snow, till a police officer planned to disperse the public charity, the lawful charity. Not that one that once perched upon a map. They call them in and question them. And to say to this one, go to such a place, to that one, come next week, to make a football of another bench. And pass them here and there, from hand to hand, from house to house, to read and late down the day. Or started up and robbed. So came a higher sort of criminal, whose claims allowed no delay. He too, she fainted, failed. She left her child and wished to have a lying on her breast, and that was quite enough. It was night, a bleak, dark, cutting night. When pressing the child outside the full warmth, she arrived at the house. She called her home. She was so faint and giddy, and she saw no one standing in the doorway till she was close upon it and about to enter. Then she recognized the master of the house, who had disposed himself of this person. Not difficult. Asked you if you left the whole entry. Oh, he said softly, you have come back. She looked at the child and shook her head. Don't you think you lived here long enough without paying any rent? Don't you think that without any money, you're a be consistent customer of this shop now? They must step back. They appeal that same to appeal. Suppose you'll try and deal elsewhere. Somewhere else, he said. And come. And suppose you provide yourself with a lodging. Come. Don't you think you can manage it? Said in a low voice that it was very late. Tomorrow. Now I see what you want, said Tubby. And what do you mean? You know there are two parties in this house about you. You delayed in saying them many years. I don't want any girls. I'm speaking softly to avoid the quarrel. But if you don't go away, I'll speak out loud and guess how it costs. Well, it's sorry enough to please you, but you can't come in, that I am determined. She put her hair back with his hand, and and looked until the man of the sky on the dark glowing distance. This is the last night event all year, and now carry your blood and quarrels and disturbances into a new one. To please you, no anybody else at that by. It was great to reach out, find the fella. I wonder if you ain't just changed yourself to be. Can you just practice this into a new year? But you ain't, if you have a name business in the world, but do always to be always giving away, and always making decisions between men and life. I'm gonna be out of it. Go along with you. Follow her to desperation. Again, the old man heard the voices. Looking up, he saw the figures hovering in the air and pointing to where she went, down the dark street. She loves it! Loves it! They explained it. I recognize entreaty for her. Jane, she loves it still. Follow her, the shadow up upon the track she had taken like a cow. He followed in the pursuit. He close to her and looked into her face. Saw the same fierce and horrible expression made little love and in her eyes. Here is like a alien. To be changed like an alien. My speed reduced. Doubled. And for someone to awaken her, Honey's hate is down or sent to call up tender recollections. The brain on fire. Any until limits of the past, so nice before her. I was her father, cried the old man, stretching out his hands and the dark shells flying on above. Have mercy on her and on me. Whither does she go? Turn her back, I was her father. But they only pointed to her as she hurried on and said, in desperation, only from the creature dearest to your heart. And the voice echoed it. The air was made of breath, expanded in those words. It seemed to take them in, and then they got seen you, everywhere, and not to be escaped. And still she hurried on, and the same light in her eyes, same light in her mouth. In her mouth, like an alien, to be changed like an alien. All at once she stopped. Now turn her back, exclaimed the old man, turning his way here. My child, Meg! Turn her back, my father, turn her back. And all screams Nancy saw. She left the baby warm. With her feet and hands, she clothed his limbs, composed his face, nice was being tired, and wasted on she folded it. Although she would never resign it more. With her dry lips, kissed it with a final plain, unless the one thing she loved. Point his tiny hand up her neck and holding it there, within her dress, next to the distracted heart. Inside the sleeping face against her, closely inside against her, spread on towards the river. So the rolling river, swift and dim, where winter night sat brewing like the last dark clouds of many who wandered the fields there before her. And scattered lights on the blanks, being sulken red, though the torches were burning there to show the way to death. But no, it's bored. 11 people cast their shadow on deep, invisible, red-hole gate shade to the river, so that a portal in eternity, with desperate footsteps, tended with the swiftness of its leopard was, running into the sea. A giant toucher past him, going down to a dark level, while distempered form, a fierce and terrible love, desperation that left all human check. Well, and then behind, left by him like the wind. He followed her. He paused a moment on the bit before the full plunge. He fell down on his knees and shrieked. The rest of the figures that fell now hovering above them. "I have learned it!" cried the old man. "My creature dearest to my heart. Oh, save her! Oh, save her!" I could wind his figures in it dress, could hold it. The words escaped his lips. Felt his heart's return. I knew that he detained her. The figures looked down steadfastly upon him. "I have loved it!" cried the old man. "Oh, have mercy on me in this hour. If my love for her, so young and good, has landed nature in the breast of mothers, and desperate, pity my presumption, wickedness, and arrogance, and save her." Without his hope relaxing, he was lying still. "Have mercy on her," he explained. "Of the one in whom this dreadful kindness run from unprevented, and the longest, deepest love one of creatures know. Think of what her mercy must have been when at sea place, God's fruit, heaven, meant her to be good. There is no loving mother on earth who might not come to this. And such a life has come before. Oh, have mercy on my child! You, even at this pass, means mercy to alone, and ice herself, and brittle for those soul to save it. She was in his arms. He held her now, and strength like a giant. "I see the spirit of the giants among you," cried the old man, pointing at the child, speaking in some inspiration, which their looks conveyed to him. "I know that our inherent is unstored for us by time. I know there is a seam at time, the next one day, before it's all run us, repulses us, we swept away like leaves. I see it on the flow. I know we must trust and hope, but never doubt ourselves. Know it, that the good in one another. I've learned it from the ancient years to my heart. I grasped it in my hands again. Oh, Spirit's merciful hand. Good. I take you listen to my rest and honor. Oh, Spirits, merciful and good, I am grateful. I might have said more, but the bells, the old familiar bells, sounding in distant silence, the chimes, Canada, ring glory pelts for a new year, so restfully, so merrily, so happily, so gayly. They leapt upon his feet, about the spell that found him. "And whatever you do, father," said May, "don't need to trip again. No doubt asking some about the weather is likely to grieve you. For how long you have been going on? Good gracious!" She was looking with her needle, the little table light the fire. and her simple young women's for her wedding. So quietly happy, so blooming and youthful, so beautiful, so full of beautiful promise. Like either a great sky if there was an angel in his house. Then flew to collapse in his arms. Then he caught three in the newspaper which had fallen on the earth. So light came rushing in between them. No! Cried the voice of the same somebody. And generous, joyful what voice it was. Not even you, not even you. The first kiss I make in New Year is mine, mine. Then waiting outside, I saw this out to hear the bells and claim it. Make my precious bride a happy year. A life of happy years, my darling wife. And Richard's Walter with kisses. You never saw all in your life saw anything like Hachi after this. I don't care where you have lived or what you have seen. You have never in all your life seen anything at all or brunching him. He sat down in his chair, bent his knees and cried. He sat down in his chair and bent his knees and laughed. He sat down in his chair and bent his knees and laughed and cried together. Got out of his chair and hugged Spring. Got out of his chair and hugged Richard. Got out of his chair and hugged them both at once. He kept running up to Megan, leaning her best face between his hands and kissing it. I felt her backwards so not lose sight of it. Running up again like a figure in a magic lantern. And whatever he did, he was consistently saying himself down the chair and never stopping in it. So a single thing that is true. Let himself a joy. And tomorrow's your wedding day, my pet, cried Totty. You'll be a happy wedding day. Today, cried Richard, shaking his hands for him. Today, the chimes will ring in the new year. Hear them. They will ring. Rest them strutty hearts. They will ring. Great bells as they were. Naughtiest. Deep-mouthed. Notable bells. Casting no common mental. Anyway, no common thunder. When they times like that before. But today, my pets are Totty. You and Richard had some was today. Cause he's such a bad fellow, father, said Mike. Ain't you, Richard? Says a headstrong, violent man. He had made no more of speaking his mind to declare out the man and bring him down. I don't know where that he would have. Cause him Meg suggested Richard doing so too. No, not to be more than me. I wouldn't let him, father. Would have been the use? Richard, my boy, cried Audrey. You were stand up Trump's mentally, and that you must be. So you die, where you were. Can you beg your father to light my pet? And I came home. Why did you guys by the fire? I was thinking of the years we passed together, father. Only that. Thinking you might miss me and be lonely. Totty was hiking off to that extraordinary chair again. When a child who had been wait and came out of noise came running in half dressed. Here she is, cried Totty, catching her up. Where's little Lillian? Ha 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 ha. Here we are, here we go. Oh, here we are, and here we go again. And here we are, and here we go. And Uncle Will too. Stopping in the street to greet him heartily. Oh, Uncle Will. The vision that I had had tonight. Oh, London, you. Oh, Uncle Will. The obligation that you had laid me under. Are you coming and consent? Well, before Will Fern can make the least reply, a band of music burst into the room. And then there were lots of neighbors. Hey, hey, Happy New Year, Mick! Happy New Year, them! Another victory. Good wishes, so that's what. The drum was a high on the tortillas. And Seth fell and said, Toby Vic, Torty Vic, my boy, it's got about that your daughter is going to be married tomorrow. I ain't a sword that knows you and don't wish you well. Or that knows her and don't wish you well. Or that knows you both and don't wish you both all the happiness the new year bring. And here we are to play it in and dance it in, including Miss was received with a general shout. The drum was rather drunk. By the by, but never mind. What the happiness it is, I'm sure, said Totty. We so I leaned. How kind and neighborly you are. So long of my dear daughter. She deserves it. Then ready for her lunch and a second, Megan was at the top, and the drum was the very ring feathering away with all its power. When in combination of dangerous sounds were heard outside, and a good human comedy woman of some 50 years age, thereabouts, came running in. That the man wearing a stone pitcher, a terrible sight, a terrific sight. Well, and closely followed by them, elbows and clevers and the bells. Not the bells, but a horrible collection and frame. Touchy said, It's Mrs. Chickenstucker. I sat down and bent his knees again. Married and we not may, cried the good woman. Never. I couldn't rest in the last 9 dull year without coming to wish you joy. I couldn't have done a Meg. Not even if I've been bedridden. So here I am, and it's New Year's Eve. Even yelling too, my dear. I had a little mermaid and brought it with me. Mrs. Chicken stuck a notion of a little flip to it honor to her character. The picture cleaned and smoked and reeked like a volcano. The man who carried it was faint. Mrs. Tuckby, said Trotty, who had been going around and around her in HK. I should say, Mrs. Chicken Skylar, bless your heart and soul, Happy New Year, and many of them. Mrs. Tuckby, said Trotty, when he saluted her. I should say, Mrs. Chickensucker, this is William Fern and Lillian. Lovely name to his surprise, turned very pale, very red. Now Lillian Fern, her mother died. Dustlet Shire, said she. Uncle answered, Yes. Immediately happily, they sang some hurry words together. Oh, his dove shout was that Miss Chickenstucker shook him by both hands, saluted Trotty on his cheek again, threw her own pillow, and took the child to her, and kept twice of this breast. Real fun, said Trotty, putting on his right hand before her. Not the friend he was hoping to find? Aye, said Will, putting hand on both on each of Trotty's shoulders. I like the proof the most a good defendant that can be one I found. Said Trotty. We used to play up there. Will you have the good news? So the music of the band and the bells. The metal bones leave us all at once, all the times we had wrestling operation outdoors. touchy making make hydrant. Take a couple. I know Mrs. Chicken stuck her down. The ants. And dance in the step, unknown before or since then. Found it in his old particular trot. I trotty jeans. or his joys and sorrow. And the actors in them. But a dream, oneself a dreamer, the teller his dream a dreamer. Waking, but now it be so, old listener, read to him all his visions. Try to bear in mind the stern realities from whence these shadows come. And yet stratosphere, none is too wild. Why, and none too limited for such an end. And never correct, improve, and soften them. So many made the new year be a happy one to you. Happy to many more whose happiness depends on you. So may each year be the happier than the last, and at the meanest of it, Bethany or sisterhood, be bid the rightful share in whether we creative want them to enjoy. And that is the end of the book. Oh, 4 chapters. How about this? It's a 5-chapter book. How many chapters is the next book? One deck. Oh, that is the chimes. Chapter shorter than the last one. Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, kick it on the F. See you guys then. Bye.